Hey everybody, what's going on? Baru here, back inside of the Binding of Isaac Rebirth, continuing our road to Platinum God. Now in the last episode, we died 99 times in a row because we had to unlock the terrible item known as the scissors. And in order to unlock that item, you have to die 99 or 100 times. And well, might as well get it out of the way. And we also unlocked the blue baby because I got my last heart kill out of the way. So let's play the blue baby. Let's go ahead and just do it. So what is interesting about the blue baby? Well, he does have a little bit higher damage than Isaac, and in addition, he starts with the poop and he can only have soul hearts for health. That's right. So he can't have any form of red health or anything like that. He cannot have red heart containers. If you pick up, say, an old bandage that gives you an empty red heart container, it will instead just give you a soul heart. And any kind of health up pill will give you a soul heart. Pretty much anything that would give you health, it's a soul heart. So that can make playing the blue baby a little bit difficult at times. And we're gonna go ahead and pop the bra so we can try and get a little bit of DPS here on Famine. Maybe get some hits in on there. So what I always tell people, because everyone always has issues playing the blue baby, and all I can really say is the best way to play him is basically health management. You're going to need to take as little damage as you possibly can, and I'm going to be doing my best here to try and avoid any unnecessary damage. I'll probably end up taking some because, well, I may. But that's really the best way to play this character, because every single devil deal is always going to cost 3 soul hearts no matter what you do. And we do get a cube of meat there, which is really nice. So let's go ahead and explore the rest of our floor here. We have 2 bombs, so we could potentially find our secret room. I think it's going to be in that little section there between the room that we cleared and the shop. I'm gonna go ahead and check this room, see if there's a wall over there. There is not, so very good chance that it's gonna be right here. If not, then I don't think I'm gonna check too much. Okay, it is. And we get a little bit of cash. Now, hard part here is that spawning an arcade is not really gonna do that much for us as blue baby. It's really not. And I'm going to go ahead and take a risk here and say that my super secret's going to be right there. And it wasn't, unfortunately. So that's a bomb wasted. The reason I want to check my super secrets is because they can potentially have health in them. If I found an eternal heart there, it would have turned into a soul heart when I moved on to the next floor. But I did not find anything, which is a little unfortunate. So moving on to cellar now. Got to be careful here. We could get teratoma. We do have a cube of meat, so I don't feel like the haunt is going to be too much of an issue. Haunt is actually pretty easy when you have a cube of meat, especially since we do have Mom's Bra. I mean, it's not the strongest item in the game, but it will freeze the boss for a couple of seconds, which is more than enough time to get the cube of meat in there and finish him off. Charm of the Vampire is not going to do anything for us. Unfortunately, it will only heal red health and not soul heart health. So we're definitely going to be holding on to this bra here, and since our boss is right there, I think we're gonna go ahead and just jump into the fight, see what we end up getting. Well, actually, I don't know. I really don't know here, because we could potentially get the devil deal and not get any health up. So I kind of want to search for health, and that's what I kind of want to do. Also KX and DFHKN. I feel like I should just put the seed in the actual, I don't know. I feel like I should just put the seed in the start, just like edit it in, because I'm gonna forget that. Or I should just get better at remembering the seed. I apologize for that, because I know there are some people. Actually, I want to know. I know it's common to, you know, show off the seed. How many people actually like try and play along? I'm curious. But anyway, I do want to search the rest of my floor. Maybe I can find another bomb, see if I can get into that cursed room for free. Actually, let's see if my secret room is even right here, as that might be the deciding factor of how much I continue to explore here. Okay, so it is. Hopefully there's another bomb. No, but there is quite a bit of cash here. We could, if we can find a key, maybe we can buy a little bit more out of our shop. I don't know. I do want to explore more, though. I'm going to keep the brawl charged, though. Okay, so this is my last room. I have to find a key here. And hopefully there's a bomb. There is not, but there is a soul heart. I could... that's tough. What I could have... no, I wouldn't have had the money anyway. I was going to say what I could have done is maybe buy the boom. That will give me 5 bombs, but I wouldn't have had the money for that anyway. So, yeah, nothing I can really do. Just a cent too short on that. And it is Fistula. So the thing that sucks about Fistula is that it will deal 1 full heart of damage for contact, getting in contact with any of the pieces. Thankfully, we got Champion Fistula, which is the easier version to get. And we're going to try our best here to focus on as many of the little pieces to start off with and get those bomb flies out of the way. That way we're dodging like 2 large pieces rather than, you know, a bunch of little ones. So slow and steady here. And that should get us the victory. And I also got to be careful about this cube of meat. I don't want to get too close because it will, you know, make the bomb fly explode. But at this point, I would say it's pretty simple to make sure that we don't deal any unnecessary damage. Now that we started to clear this room, Fistula is definitely a boss that gets easier as you start chopping it up and getting those pieces out of the way. And I think what we're going to go ahead and do is freeze it here and just get a little bit of damage. Oh. All right. I did not think that it was going to go in that direction. That is unfortunate. That means that double deal could potentially bring us down to half a heart, which is not something that we want. Hopefully, you know, we can get lucky here and we can find 9 lives in our double deal. That would be probably the best item that we could get. And we're definitely going to want to take... Actually, there's no reason to take the health up right now. Okay. We're definitely going to be taking Rotten Baby. That's for sure. I was going to say, there's no reason to take the health up right now, because if I was to take 2 deals, it would require more than what this health up is going to give me anyway, so no reason to do so. And I do have the extra health, so I'm going to go ahead and check that cursed room. There could potentially be something in there. I feel like it's going to be worth the heart that I'm going to be losing. And we get 2 pills there. Hopefully they're good. Bombs are key. And Hematomesis. Didn't actually pay off, but hey, sometimes that happens. With Blue Baby, you got to take with what you got. Go with what you get and all that good stuff. We do have Rotten Baby. Very nice upgrade. We do have the cube of meat. Another very, you know, solid start. We haven't found too many damage ups, but we have found a lot of utility items that are going to allow us to kill the boss without too much of an issue. All right. And that should be our next shop. I want to be checking all the shops that I can, considering how much money that I have, but I also want to save a key for the item room. All right, another bomb. I will also be trying to bomb as many mushrooms as I can. There's really not that many like downsides for Blue Baby, I feel. And we're gonna go ahead and freeze Mega Fatty. Oh, gonna try and get that cube of meat in there. Looks like he got a little tap on me, which is unfortunate. Now, one strategy that I like to have is once I can get that attack fly, once I can get the attack fly to attack Mega Fatty, I like to just move around. And the reason I want to do that is because Mega Fatty can do what's called an instant stop, which means like that, if you're not already moving, that attack is going to hit you. And Mega Fatty's actually doing a lot of jumping this time around. He's not actually doing his normal attacks. And by some miracle, I actually got another double deal. I really wasn't expecting that. You have a really low chance here on Caves 2. But we are going to be able to get a free upgrade here. So that is very nice. I don't actually lose any kind of I don't lose anything for picking up that upgrade, so very thankful for that. It did put 2 dark hearts. If you do find a deal that would otherwise kill you, like that one was costing that one cost me 3 hearts, but I only had 2. But because there was gotta be careful here, but because there was a soul heart lying to the side, oh boy, I was able to take that deal and not die. So that for those who were wondering what I always mean by steal a deal, that is it right there. There's no way I could have afforded it otherwise, but thankfully because of those things are on there, I can. I might actually take shoot de whoop if it drops here, because it is based off your damage. It doesn't drop anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. Let's see what was over here. Can I actually bomb into my shop? There's a potential. There's a chance that I could bomb into it. I would really like to be able to, so I don't want to waste the keys. Keys are a very valuable resource here. All right, we're definitely gonna buy the soul heart, and I don't know if I want to buy the key or the bomb. Well, actually, let's go ahead and grab both. Why not? I won't have any money for the next floor, but I'd rather make sure I have some supplies here, so that way if I need to open up a golden chest, I can, and if I need to bomb some extra stuff here. Pretty simple room, and hopefully our item room has something in it that we can use. Little chubby, not exactly the strongest item, but it's better than nothing. There are dead items with the blue baby, and thankfully we didn't get one of them, but not very strong. Not exactly what I'm looking for here. And we are gonna try and full clear as much as we can here. Try and get as many of these little keys and bombs that are just scattered all over the place. And I think I'm gonna save my bomb. I could search for my super secret, but it could have another heart in there, but I don't think we're really gonna worry too much about it. And there is a cursed room. This could be very risky. It will bring me down to 1 heart to go in there. I think we're gonna do it. Okay, my greed ended up paying off. We lost 1 heart to gain 2. Worth it. I mean, if we go by statistics, you're more than likely gonna come out ahead going into a cursed room rather than having any kind of issue there. So that should be everything on this floor. Let's go ahead and head on to the next one. Health situation not where I want it to be, but we do at least have a little bit of damage here, and Pisces I can't really say no to. It's a little bit of tier size up and a little bit of some tier rate if we can find a little bit more. Get a little bit of that cube of meat in there. Try our best. And you can see that our rotten baby fly is actually hitting pretty hard. With our tier rate, it's definitely what's going to be carrying us through some of these bosses. If we can get that attack fly in there. We just want to keep Peep on the ground so we can get that attack fly. Just keep doing it. But every time he jumps up, the attack fly will be basically resetting its attack. So we gotta have to just hope that he doesn't do a bunch of jumping. Otherwise, you're gonna have an issue later down the line. All right. Peep are probably not my favorite boss because the little eyes that he pops out can be a little annoying to deal with. Their hitbox is a bit larger than you might predict. But thankfully we didn't lose any health and we got a little bit of tier rate. If we actually do find any kind of, oh man, we might be able to bomb into our cursed room again. I have to actually, let's be safe about this. Let's check to see if it's even possible. Okay, it is. Yeah, it is. It's definitely possible. Sorry, I get sidetracked by cursed rooms. I love cursed rooms. And we are not going to be able to bomb into that one. At least not from that angle. But if we can find anything like a tears up, like an actual tears up, the delay is definitely going to come in handy here. And you're going to notice a significant increase in our DPS. But first we have to find a tears up. So we're looking for like a torn photo, you know, a sad onion, basically anything that gives us just some kind of tear rate up. Because Pisces is not actually tears up. It's what's called delay. It allows us to break the tear rate cap, but not actually. I mean, you can cap out your tier rate with just delay and no actual tears up, but it takes a lot longer and it requires a lot of items that I don't even have unlocked. So yeah, best to just find some actual tier rate, and we have a lot of keys. So, well, Crack the Sky really is not that good, so we're not going to be taking it. We're going to go ahead and stick with our bra here, which with how much damage we do is actually pretty nice. I don't know if I want to go into my shop. It could potentially have greed in it, which I would actually like. You know what? We have the excess keys, and there is greed in there, which is very nice. It's who I want to see right now because I do not have that much money, and I will have plenty for the next floor. Hopefully we can buy a soul heart and some other stuff. So, and we got 2 keys out of it. So, hey, we didn't even lose anything coming in here. We just nabbed 15 cents. So, very nice pickup. It could be, oh, don't tap the fires now. It could also be connected to here, but I would have to find 2 more bombs at this point. I'm really still hoping for health ups, as many as I can get. I don't know about checking this cursed room. I've been getting pretty lucky with my cursed rooms actually paying out, but you know, there's always that chance there could be something even better in this next one, and I'm always greedy. I know what the game can do, and I always try and go for it, is pretty much what happens. And let's see what this pill does. Bad trip. All right, well, I guess that answers the question of whether or not we're going in that cursed room. Normally, you know, if it brought me to a heart and a half, I'd have been fine. But considering that it, instead of bringing me to a heart and a half, yeah, we don't. It would bring me to half a heart. That'd be too bad. So it's a good thing I didn't go in there. Otherwise, I would have hit the bad trip pill, and we would have had a very bad time. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and hit mom's bra there. I'm not entirely sure how exactly she did damage. I was just kind of standing there and then suddenly took damage. I guess it moved a little bit. How have I been getting all these devil deals? All right, well, we're definitely gonna take Roid Rage. There's no way I'm gonna be taking this unless it's, yeah, there we go, Krampus. I was gonna say there's no way I can afford it. And we're just gonna go and let the rotten baby just kind of do all the work here. So I don't want to be in the same line of sight as Krampus. I don't want to, you know, test or risk that I could get hit by the by his little shots or his brimstone. And I think I'm going to take Head of Krampus over the Brawl. It will give us some much needed damage on bosses. All right, another cursed room that I'm not going to be able to look at here. Definitely going to check the golden chest. Nothing in it, unfortunately. But it could potentially have soul hearts. That's really what we want at this point, is to find some health, because it will be difficult, yes, but I could actually finish with this build. That is something that I could do in my current state. It's not going to be the easiest thing in the world, but we can do it. I just need to get my health under control at this point, so unless I can bomb into curse rooms or I've got a lot of excess health, I don't think we're going to be checking too many curse rooms at this point. And, you know, if I do encounter a room that ends up being like really sketchy with a lot of champions, or it looks like it might be hard to clear, I do have Krampus's head that I can fall back on. It's pretty much a guaranteed room clear. I just wish I had a few more bombs to be able to bomb these skulls. Maybe we can get a few more hearts out of the deal. Would definitely appreciate that. I guess we're gonna go and search for our item room first. Guess we don't really have much of a say in the matter here. It's either gonna happen or it doesn't, but we'll see. All right, not that bad of a room. Thankfully we didn't have to actually navigate the spikes there. And there is a tinted rock, so let's go. Show me some health here. There we go, soul heart. Now that we're off that one shot, I'm definitely happy here. Do not want to be on the one shot. The moment you're on 1 heart and like a stray shot from a champion or certain attacks from bosses and enemies doing a full heart, that's when you're in panic mode. That's when you're gonna be like, man, anything could kill me. You're gonna make a mistake. Bad things are gonna happen. It's the frustration. It's like, if you know that that's gonna happen, just gotta take it slowly and just be calm about the whole situation. Think everything through, and hopefully, you know, you'll end up winning. There are the times where nothing will end up happening, and you're just gonna have, you know, a bad run. Those do happen from time to time. And infestation. These are not good items for Blue Baby. I do not want to be tanking damage, but thankfully there was a soul heart in there, just kind of sitting there. Oh. That is a little unfortunate. I was hoping to dodge that attack, ended up walking into it. All right. This room can be a little trolly with the skull cap not being in the right position half the time. And we are definitely going to be checking that shop with 23 cents. Definitely going to be doing that. So what do we have here? All right, we have a lot of good stuff. We're gonna pick up the Steam Sale. Then we're gonna pick up the PhD. Hopefully that will give us a Balls of Steel pill. It gives us Pretty Fly, which I am okay with. Luck Up and another bomb. I'm gonna go ahead and just grab everything there, and let's see if we get any extra money. PhD was a very solid pickup. It will make it so every single tier is always positive, and we get to see what the effect is before we actually take it. I don't know if there were any more. Oh, there were skulls in my room here. I think we're gonna go ahead and pop 1 down. Maybe we can get something out of it. Actually, let's pop down 2. All right. Maybe should have saved those for the secret rooms, but I kind of want to try and go straight for the dark hearts at this point. A Daemon's Tail would be really nice because I keep finding so many red hearts just kind of dropping on the floor, and any kind of red heart that drops on the floor naturally will be a dark heart if you have the Daemon's Tail. That's definitely something I would like to have right about now, especially as Blue Baby, since red hearts are completely useless. You know, maybe we'll luck out and get a dark bomb and we can turn all the red health into soul hearts. Alright, getting the worst possible boss here. The Cage, not who you want to see at any given point, no matter what your build is. He is just a really bad boss. And you gotta have quick reactions when dealing with the earthquakes. Oh, almost walked into that one. That would have been bad. Thankfully, he has a very high chance of dropping a soul heart, and we get box of stuff. Got a luck up pill, Empress, bomb, key. Alright. You know, even though I said I wasn't going to, I feel like I have enough health here to check that cursed room. I do have a bomb in case there's a stone chest. I think it's going to be worth it to go see what's in there. I think it could be worth it. Plus, there's also another room that I didn't clear, and I like to full clear as many rooms as I can as Blue Baby. Do get lust here. Not going to drop anything useful for me unless it's a pill, which I'm really hoping for. And that is going to be a Balls of Steel pill, so we are definitely going to be checking our cursed room here. It does pay out again. 1 heart for 2. So we're up 1, and that is going to be it for this floor. So let's go ahead and head on out. Let's see, it can be here. Could be there. I think my secret room is going to be right here. I do have an extra bomb, or a good chance of finding it at least. Only got some keys and 1 cent. Not what I want to see. But I would say our build is getting pretty good now. We do have 2 orbitals, some pretty decent damage. We might potentially do that great chest. But more importantly, it's the health situation in its current state that I'm really happy about. Anytime I can find a lot of health as Blue Baby, I'm usually having a good time. We're not going to make the boss rush, but like I said, I'm not going to worry too much about boss rush. Alright, so this is another room where you're definitely going to want to hug the walls. You do not want to piss off a mask. And it'll only charge you if it gets in the same line as you. And we're definitely going to be using that Rotten Baby. You know, if it gets on one of the hearts, it will just keep firing. And we're more than likely going to be checking that cursed room because we have so much health. Speaking of health, okay, we have the Bible and the Anarchist Cookbook. I was hoping there was going to be a shop, but instead it wasn't. But we are going to use the Bible, and that will give us flying, so it'll only take half a heart to go in here. We don't get anything for it, but you know, it only cost us half a heart rather than the full heart, so can't complain about that. I could use it to instantly kill the foot and the heart, but honestly, I'd rather have Krampus's head. It's a much better panic item in case I encounter a really bad room that, say, I can't outrun enemies. Although with Roid Rage, you're going to have a hard time not being able to outrun your enemies. So I don't think we're going to have too much of an issue with that. Useless trinket there. And quite a few skulls here. If we had some bombs, we can maybe make something work here. All right, lots of keys that we've been finding. Unfortunately, we have no real use for them right now. And the ghosts actually have quite a bit of health. Hoping this item room is going to pay out with something. Like I said, at this point, you know, I'll take any kind of defensive upgrade that I can find. I'm not too mad if we end up finding anything like that. Damage, I'm okay with where it's at, especially for Blue Baby, mostly because he has a slightly higher damage modifier, which means damage is a little bit, you know, it pays out a little bit more for him. And Soul Heart, I'm gonna go ahead and take this pill. It ends up being pheromones. We'll take that with us. I should have taken the little pill baggie. That probably would have been a smarter idea. If we do find 7 cents on this floor, I should be going for it. I just saw it, didn't think about it. Saw the Soul Heart on the ground, went for the instant health rather than the potential health. But hey, if we can find a little bit more, maybe we'll go back for it. But it doesn't look like that's going to end up happening. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. Well, never mind. There is a nickel, and we did leave a gray chest back there. I think we're going to go hit the gray chest. I like to make sure that my runs are 1, so I'll take the extra time here. And I still need to search for my secret room, which honestly could be right here. I could have maybe bombed into my cursed room, which will be a little embarrassing if that ends up being the case, which it was. But hopefully there will be a method to get us some money, so we will be able to get that pill baggie. Saving our Krampus head for the mom fight rather than greed gave us just enough to buy the pill baggie. So I think we're gonna go ahead and buy that and move on to our boss. I really don't want to do the boss challenge room for just a gray chest. It's not going to have anything in there except for maybe a little bit of cash or something like that, which I don't want. And we'll go ahead and donate the last 2 cents. So we have 2 luck up pills, a pretty fly giving us our last orbital, and a tears up, which is very nice. And it actually goes up by a significant amount because of the delay. All right. And that's why I like Krampus's head there. Take out a very large portion of Mother's health right off the bat. Pretty simple fight. Did not get a double deal, but that's fine. Pick up the negative. I don't think we'll be going to the dark room. We'll see what ends up happening. You know, if I'm able to, sure. If not, well, then that's unfortunate. All right. Now we get to make our way through the womb. Most of the womb rooms are not going to be too bad. Like I said, our build is pretty good. Because we have the rotten baby, we can abuse... Uh-oh. Don't want to do that. And I think we're going to go ahead and bomb that judgy. I don't have enough health. But I got to remember that I have... Gotta remember those things. Bob's rotten head. We do have the rotten baby, so we can abuse the hole. Even though I can't hit them. Normally, I'll just let the fly attach onto them and just sit in a corner. We can employ that strategy if we need to. We're not actually going to use... We're not going to keep Bob's rotten head. I just want to kind of throw it at Loki here. Get a little bit of extra damage. And we're going to save that pheromones pill. The room that we're going to be saving that pheromones pill for is any kind of room that has a bunch of, I guess, chasers. I don't know their actual names. The ones that pop up and just kind of chase you down throughout the womb. That's what we're going to be saving our pheromones pill for. So that way if we get encountered or, you know, hit from every single angle, we'll be able to pop that and they'll all go after each other. Chub ends up going into me. That's not very good, but our health is still fine. We might be able to pick up a little bit more. And there's actually a tinted rock right here. I just saw it. And we do have a bomb here, so if we can do this right. Okay. Now let's do it again. There we go. That's what I mean. You can slide in between those spikes if you do it just right. And there's 2 hearts, so that's very nice. A little bit more health. And we'll see if we can end up finding something here. Okay. Gotta always remember with those guys, you just gotta kind of wait for them to pop up. If you can do enough damage, they are vulnerable within the first like second that you enter a room. So if you do have enough damage, you can kill them outright, even if they're not popped up. And there's our boss. So we're gonna go jump right into it. Daddy Longlegs, definitely want to hit my Krampus head immediately. And we'll go ahead and pick up the safety pin. Let's see what we get in our devil deal here. All right. Both of these items are very good. Dark Bomb is going to give us some much needed health, but I don't know how much I want Spirit of the Night. I really don't. But I think we're going to go ahead and take it anyway. I mean, Spectral Tears is really nice, and the flying could potentially be useful. We're going to go ahead and backtrack and let him eat all of these hearts. And he's already paid out with 1 soul heart. Let's see if we can get him to pay out with some more. Now, because I have the Spectral Tears and the flying, I can actually just sit on the rocks should I get cornered, so I don't actually have to pop my pheromones pill, which is really nice. So I guess it will end up paying for itself, but I do want to try and bleed my floor of any kind of red hearts that may or may not be on the floor. And in addition, Womb has a very high chance of having the double heart drop room, which is basically a guaranteed soul heart. Let's see what this pill is. Pretty fly, doesn't do anything with us. We already have 3 orbitals. You cannot have more than that. And there are certain rocks in the womb that you can bomb to potentially spawn red hearts. And I'll show, it's actually these right here, the one that I'm standing on. Throw a bomb right there, and there's another heart for us. And hopefully we can get another soul heart from Mr. Bum. So far, though, we have pretty easy room so far. All right, there's a few more of those blocks now. We can maybe place a heart here. I think this should hit both of them. I went out of the room and went back in to line myself up, and yep, there is more hearts for our Dark Bomb. So there's another soul heart already paid out with 2. So 1 more and he's paid for himself. So I'm okay with this. I'm definitely okay with this. And it's definitely a use for our bomb, since we're really not going to be using it to find too many secret rooms. And Book of Belial, we're not going to take that. The damage is not really necessary. It will cost us a full heart going into that cursed room. You know, Dark Bomb is probably going to pay out with some more health. One of them led me to my Devil Deal, and the other one is Guppy's Paw, which does not do anything for us. It is a Guppy Touch, but that's the very first piece that we've found so far. So that's not going to really do that much. And I'd have to guess that my secret room is going to be right there. And it is. We do have a tinted rock. The 2 soul hearts. So we're doing just fine. We really did not lose that much health on this floor. And we picked up Dark Bum, Spirit of the Night. Got a Guppy Touch. So hey, there's always the potential that Guppy could happen. I mean, I've seen Guppy just like pop up in a cursed room. Just right there. All the pieces. And we're going to go ahead and bomb these 2. Hoping for some red heart drops from the Temperance Machine and maybe from the Beggar. Now, one thing you want to do is that when Dark Bomb, whenever you give him health, make sure he drops whatever it is that he has in that room. Don't transition to another room. And the reason you don't want to do that is because there is the potential that he could drop an attack spider, and if you transition to another room, he'll drop it right on top of you. Chocolate milk, that's a no-brainer. We're taking that. That's going to give us ×6 damage when we hold down all the way. So, you know, our tier rate's not going to be the strongest, but it will still be worth it. And I think we're going to go ahead and Krampus head. I think we're going to go ahead and hit Krampus's head on the chub here. Now, at this point, I would say a run is won. And I'm glad I did too, because that was a champion chub, so he's pretty damn fast. This is where I would say a one is run. A one is run. I'm sorry, I get everything mixed up. A run is one because, you know, we do have quite a bit of health. We have a method of getting more health. The fork would be nice if it actually dropped health, but instead it just kind of heals us, so it's in the same spot as Charm of the Vampire. And we're going to go ahead and abuse the Spirit of the Night, so that way we don't have to actually take damage and we can still hurt these guys. But we have a method of getting our health back. And we have pretty decent damage at this point. The chocolate milk was not necessary, but definitely very appreciated. I was thinking about hitting my pheromone spell, but a little bit of dodging there, we were able to get through them. Probably definitely should have hit that pheromone spell there. That's exactly the right point to do it, but thankfully that Roid Rage is giving us the movement speed that we need to be able to do stuff here. And there is our boss, so I think we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. There's not really much on this floor. One thing to remember with the Mom's Heart is that you do not take contact damage when you fight it, so you can just get right up in there. You can just get right on top of Mom and just drop that Krampus head. And because we have 3 orbitals, we're just going to go ahead and tank the heart with that cube of meat. And we are going to be going to Sheol. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's take Blue Baby to the Lamb. I think we can do it. I definitely think we can do it. And It Lives, as well as Darkness Falls, have now been unlocked. Suicide King has been unlocked. And in the next episode, we can go to Cathedral. I might do another Blue Baby run in the next episode, because if we can take Blue Baby to the Cathedral, then we could potentially unlock our D6. Oh, this is a very evil room here. Whew. That one was nasty. That one was a bit nasty there. Those brimstone lasers. You don't actually see those all that often on hard mode, from what I've noticed. I've been doing a lot of, you know, the hard mode races and things like that through Sheol. You see those rooms more on normal mode than you do on hard, and those are considered probably some of the harder rooms. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and let's let all of our followers do the thing there. Now you'll notice I dropped the pheromones pill in for the hermit card, and the reason we're saving that is because when we get to the dark room, I'm gonna hit the hermit card, and maybe a teleport will put me closer to my boss. Hopefully. Usually whenever you hit a teleport card, you just hope for, you know, a little bit of distance. And I think we're going to go ahead and go back and bomb that temperance machine. Maybe we can get a little bit more health. We're sitting pretty steady here on health, but a little bit more could never hurt. And we actually just get a straight up soul heart. Skip the middleman. And because of a PhD, we'll be taking safety cap. But just skip the middleman there. Just give me the soul heart. Don't even have to get the red hearts. Very nice there. And another evil room here. Oh. And that is going to deal some damage to us. Really don't like these things. Now that one is even worse. That's an even worse room. Some explosive leeches. Not too terribly bad. A balls of steel pill. Definitely something I wanted to see. And a couple of ghosts here. We'll take a minute to clear them all, but we shouldn't have to worry too much. They're not too bad to handle. And because that tears up, we are able to charge our chocolate milk pretty fast now. So that's very nice. All right. And these rooms are just getting worse and worse as we progress. I mean, thankfully we do have infestation 1, so that way we do spawn flies, but I do not want to be taking damage, and those rooms are, you're probably going to take damage. Thankfully, we have yet to see, and I have honestly never experienced it. There is one room inside of the womb that is just the absolute worst, the greatest abomination. I should have pushed that towards the skull, but hey, there is Guppy piece number 2. I've been talking about Guppy just kind of showing up. There he is. But there's just an absolute abomination of a room. You know, if I ever find it, I'm willing to just highlight just that room. But basically, it's a bunch of mom's hands, spikes all over the room. It's only in the womb, and it's always a large room, but it's an extremely rare one. It can pop up. But I think we're going to go ahead and use Krampus's head on here, because we are going to be able to use this cube of meat on the foot pretty easily. Oh. Just kind of be careful here and just keep using this cube of meat as best as we can here. Let Satan stomp his own leeches, damage himself. And there we go. And into the dark room. Let's see what we unlocked for Blue Baby killing Satan. We got the Forget Me Now. Not a bad spacebar item, considering most of the characters don't start with any. So we could make Guppy here. Let's see if it happens. And we are a little kitty cat. Now, the cool thing about chocolate milk and Guppy is that I can spam and spawn a ton of flies. So at this point, this is going to be a relatively simple walk through our dark room. We're not going to have too much trouble here, which is going to be very appreciated. Very nice of the game to give me the cat. Really don't like fighting death. I am tanking a little bit of damage here because I know I have a lot of health. All right, and every chest that you find inside of the dark room, beyond that, those 4 red chests will always give you an item, unless they are red chests themselves. We got four mega fatties in here. Trying to listen for those jumps, but sometimes I just can't hear them. So the attack flies are based off your damage. However, Guppy flies spawn whenever you hit something, so it is better DPS to just spam rather than do a full charge. And another luck up pill, potentially increasing our chances of getting a chest. Trying not to get in the line of sight of the other one there. I want to take out one as fast as I can there. All right, we don't really need the key at this point. I don't think we're going to find 23 golden chests. And it looks like our dark room did a little bit of a loop here. Now it looks like we did a little bit of a loop-de-loop. And one additional thing that is very nice here is that the Krampus head will actually spawn flies. So once we get the lamb to split up here, we will be hitting the Krampus head. Hopefully doing a little bit of extra damage here. Let's see how much this ends up doing. All right, get both of them in here and take out a very large portion of its health, and that is going to be it. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for the attack, Spider Darkbone. Let's see what we unlocked. We got Blue Baby's only soul. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one, everybody. Later.